Welcome dear students. Welcome back to online teaching and learning at Sheikh Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College. Students, in the earlier part of the video of the lesson My Financial Career by Stephen Lecoq, Standard 9th, we saw how the financial career is taken place in the life of Stephen Lecoq. We saw the narrator wanted to open a bank account, but he was so nervous and he had not done the banking that everything was very nervous to him. Everything rattled to him. And finally, he meets the manager and he wants to tell him that he wants to open an account. That is what we seen in the first part of the lesson. Now let's continue with the second part, what happened next in the lesson. The narrator wanted to open a fairly large account to deposit his $56 and $56 a month regularly. Now the narrator came with $56 and every other month, the next coming months, he wanted to deposit $56 every month. The manager then called Mr. Montgomery, the accountant, to help him deposit his $56. The narrator finally said he wants to open a bank account. And when he said, the bank manager immediately called Mr. Montgomery. Montgomery was an accountant who was working or dealing with opening a new account. The narrator was taken to the counter to deposit his $56. But since he was very nervous, he had no idea of how to deposit his money in the bank. The narrator knew nothing about the bank procedure. He was asked to do as follows. Now, the narrator had no information about how to go with the opening of a new account. And that's why the narrator was asked to do the following things. Let's see. To write the sum on a slip, firstly he had to write the sum on a slip, what he had to deposit. Then to sign his name in a book. He had also to sign his name in a book as to he has given this amount of money which he wants to deposit. The account was finally opened, but the narrator wanted to draw out $6 of it for his present use. Now the account was finally opened. The $56 was deposited. But now due to lack of knowledge of how to keep money in the hand and also to remaining to deposit, by mistakenly Stephen Lecoq deposited entire $56. Though he wanted $6 for his daily use, but by mistakenly or by unfortunate reasons, he deposited the entire $56 in his account. What happened then? So to withdraw $6, someone else gave the narrator the following instructions. Now has he deposited $56? Now what about the $6? He wanted $6, for which he had to put a check. He wanted all this a checkbook through a wicket. He got a checkbook through a wicket. Wicket is an accountant, as I told you. Checkbook, that word check, CHECK, is the same word what we use for the word check, CHEQUE. That's the current spelling which we use. And earlier days the word check was used for this checkbooks. Somebody else helped him to fill the check. Now when you want to remove the money from your account, you have to use a check where you have to fill your details and the amount you want to remove. So somebody gave him the check and the other person helped him to fill in the check. Now the narrator gave the check to the clerk but was unaware of the error that he had made while filling the check. Since it was the first time, the people in the bank also, if you go personally, the people in the bank also will hardly give you any information. They will just tell you have to fill your account here, fill your name here, fill your details here and fill the amount here. They will not tell you correctly how to do it basically. And the narrator was not trained for this, and so he was quite very nervous, and when he was nervous he made this mistake. The clerk sitting at the wicket was surprised to see that the narrator was drawing out the deposited amount. All again, that is all the $56. Now what error was seen was that the $56 what he had written on the check, what he had deposited, was written again on the check slip also. Instead of writing $6, he had written $56. The narrator then realized that he had written $56 instead of 6, and he was left with no words to explain the thing. Now he was left with no words to explain what was the error or what was his mistake. The narrator was completely confused due to his miserable condition at the bank and requested to withdraw the whole deposited amount, and then he even assured that he would not deposit any more. Now the narrator did not show that he was nervous or he was in a condition where he was completely blank. Rather, he showed that he did not want to keep money in the bank and he has changed his mind. And he further declares it, saying that he doesn't want to keep money in the bank anymore. And the narrator wanted to hide his mistake, And so he pretended to show that he was unhappy to keep his money in the bank. As I told you, now the narrator did not show his mistake, that he was at mistake. And so he pretended to show that he did not want to keep the money in the bank. Now the clerk prepared to pay $56 to the narrator. Also the clerk asked how he would take the change for this. For this, the narrator replied in 50s and in 6s. Now when the money how he wants to take was asked, he was still confused over there. He did not know what to say. And finally he said he wants the money in 50s and in 6s. 50s means if you have a $50 note, you will just get a $50 note, right? It could have been $10. So 5 notes of $10, that goes to $50. And 6s, so it has to come in 6s only, the coin will come $1 each. So $6. There also he got confused, but he pretended as if he knew it. As soon as the narrator left the bank, he heard the echo of a roar of laughter. Echo or roar is a loud roar of laughter, is when all together laugh. It's called as echo of the roar of laughter. Now finally the narrator decided he would bank no more and keep his money in cash in his trousers pocket and his savings in silver dollars in a socks. Now when he was finally confused with all this, the narrator thought that he wouldn't bank anymore and he would keep his money only in his socks, and his savings which he gets, his silver coins, dollars what he gets, he will keep in his socks. And he said no to banking anymore, because the first experience was the last experience for him and he learned a very bad experience or a lesson from it. I hope the lesson was clear to you. Now let's take a quick conclusion as to what this topic was all about. In the conclusion, the narrator failed because of the lack of care for the people in the bank and his shyness and pride. He was somewhere shy and he was also pride. He was pride that he had come for a bank, and he didn't want to show that he is very nervous or he did a mistake or he was never wanting to bank. That was his mistake he did. And the shyness he had, like he wanted to open the account but he acted as if he was a ghoul. That was the mistake he also did over there. He would not have failed if he was more patient on getting his job done, ignoring his pride, or if people in the bank helped him warmly. If you go to a bank, frankly speaking, there is hardly any people who would like to help you. People have come for their work and they are a little pressurized with their work. They want their work done. So they will hardly bother to answer you. And the people working in the account, the wicket or the account sitting on the counter, the people sitting on the counter will hardly want to respond to you. They will just give you an information which will be a blank answer to you. So that's the case. So the writer thinks both the rich and poor should be treated equally by banks and other companies. Now when the manager had a doubt saying that if it was a ghoul, a rich man, that makes a sense. He quickly thought that why did he ask if it's a rich man? If it's a rich man, you're treated very well. And if it's a poor man, you are not treated, and you are treated like a common man. So to avoid that, he said that he would bank no more and also not allowed to keep his money in the bank anymore. Here are a few meanings which when you go to the lessons, you will understand for a better reason. You have to go through the entire lesson, and the difficult words you can jot down and understand their meanings. Time for some assessment. Write in your own words, why does the bank need so many details of its customers? When you're banking, when you're keeping your money, which is your hard-earned money, you always need to have some proof. So they need your proof, and that is why you need some details to be given to the bank. It's in your own words. I'm just helping you out with the words. You have to frame it in your own sentence. What problems do customers face when they have to make a cash deposit at a bank? When you have to deposit a cash deposit, you have to form first of all a queue. Is there a long queue? It takes a lot of time because not everybody wants to have a small amount to be deposited. Counting of the money, the deposit, the long queues, filling up of forms, the paying slips, and all these makes a lot of chaos, and it takes a lot of time if you go to a bank. What are the latest modern methods of depositing money in your own or somebody else's account? What are the methods? What are the methods is right now you have only online, net banking, ATM cards, mobile banking, internet banking, all these facilities are given to us. Make a word web of at least 12 words related to banking. Now word web is nothing but the words which are connected with banking. and all those words in the passage, in the textbook, what you have got, words related to banking, you may jot down in a form of a web diagram. You can do it. Now, words which are related to banking are what? It can be bank, branch, clerks, money, loan, business, manager, account, accountant, deposits, withdrawal, and even you can have the word check. These all words are related to bank. Further, we have got find from the lesson antonyms. Antonyms are opposites. The words are given to you. You have to just write an opposite of the words. Like afterwards means before or beforehand. These are the words from your passage. Spending is saving. Careful is reckless. Withdraw is deposit. Confidently is diffidently. And cheerful is cheerless. The words are from the passage. The meanings you can write of your own, which are opposite to the word. Fill the blanks using the appropriate words or idioms. Like the first one is, the dash solved the mysterious crime. Now who can solve? It's a detective. In the examination, I did not know the answer, so I dash, made a plunge, made a next step. He was dizzy and he dashed into the room. Shambled. Shambled is to move quickly to a certain place. While arguing with his elders, he had dash, the feeling that it was impossible to explain the thing. It's a complete proper phrase. The sight of a snake. Now, the sight of a snake, if you see in the passage, was like rattled me. It makes you scared, it makes you nervous. As soon as I dash off my home, I greet my family. As soon as I dash, that the word is over there, cross the threshold. Off my home, I greet my family. As soon as he comes inside the house, he meets his family. The next question we have, using the following points, frame a character sketch of the narrator. Support each character trait with the instances from the lesson. When we come to the lesson part, diffident and timid. Now the narrator was bold person and was very diffident. That means very diffident is a very less lacking of confidence. And timid means very shy. So these were the qualities. The second quality is unusual behavior. Why did he behave something very odd? The ignorant about banking, because he just want to ignore about banking because he did not have any knowledge about banking. Nervous and careless. Why was he nervous and careless? Because everything in the bank rattled him and he was completely nervous and looked very timid, very shy. Economically, what was the reason? The narrator had raised his salary, was raised salary to $56, and that he felt that he should save it somewhere in the bank which is safe from everyone. Now rewrite the following into indirect speech. The following sentences are there which you can rewrite in an indirect speech with the help of the sentences. Also, the last question is on view and counter view. Your topic is online net banking is better than going personally to the bank for transactions. Now view means what is good about online banking, and counter view is what is bad about online banking. You have to just understand the topic. Online net banking is better than going personally. So what are the good points about it and what are the bad points about it? I hope the lesson was clear to you and give you some knowledge. We look into one assignment. That is, when you open a savings account at bank, you need to fill up deposit forms or slips. Observe the following forms and fill up your details. Now this exact chart you have to draw it out in your notebook and fill the exact details. Anything which is fake, which is not real, a fake account, a fake branch, a fake date, just in the same format you have to present it. Okay, I hope the lesson was clear to you and you had taken a good message from it. Thank you.